The next thing that I want to talk about before we take a deeper dive and start prompting with Claude is the performance of Claude against its benchmarks of some of the best models out there, including GPT-4 and Gemini 1.5, so that we can understand why Claude is a good model and why we should learn it. So the first and the most important thing is that there are three different versions of Claude, and Haiku, Sonnet, and Opus. Haiku being the smallest one, Sonnet being the medium-sized model, and Opus being their pro best model that they have released. And Opus is smarter than GPT-4 and Gemini 1.5 in a lot of different things. Now let's look at this table that they have provided in their research paper on when they released Claude 3 comparing against different benchmarks. So undergraduate level knowledge, Claude 3 is better than all the models, even GPT-4 slightly. It's even better than GPT-4 slightly. Graduate level reasoning, it beats all the models including GPT-4 by a mile. Even the Sonnet model beats GPT-4. Their lowest model Haiku is almost at par with GPT. Grade school mathematics, again, they're performing really well, on par with GPT, even better. Math problem solving skills, again you see a remarkable difference between Claude's best model and GPT-4. Multilingual math, so means in different languages, again it's at 90% while GPT is at 75%. Code, human eval, 84% while GPT is 67%. And mixed evaluations, knowledge Q&A, common knowledge, so it's beating GPT in all these benchmarks by a mile. Even their lower Sonnet and Haiku model are able to compete with GPT. So this is why it's important to learn and understand how modeling works, how Claude works, so that we can use the most powerful model of our times. Solving for graduate level exams, it specifically says we focus mainly on the diamond set as it was selected by identifying questions where domain experts agreed on the solution, but experts from the domains could not successfully answer the questions despite spending more than 30 minutes per problem. So they specifically picked up reason, coding, and question answering graduate level questions that there was a unanimous agreement between experts on how to deal with these questions, but experts from other domains could not successfully answer these questions despite given more than 30 minutes. But on the other hand, Claude was able to answer a big chunk of these questions. This improves greatly in prior models but follows somewhat short of the graduate level domains who achieve accuracy of 60 to 80% while Claude got an accuracy of 50%. So it was able to perform the job of graduate level question answering on par with domain experts and way better than non-experts. So that's what I was trying to show here, that in critical business questions and researches, this is the key skill that is important. The next is the needle in the haystack test, near perfect recall and context window. So here what we're trying to do here is, think of it like you have an entire book, and in that entire book, let's say Harry Potter book 1, you punch in the entire book into a prompt and you give it to Claude. Now because Claude has a very high context window, 200 context window right now, but all three models are capable of accepting inputs up to exceeding 1 million tokens. So 200k is also very high, but they will go up to 1 million tokens for their respective customers if they need to. So if you're giving such a huge book, first of all, you can provide the entire book as in the prompt. Second, let's say you add one line to Harry Potter saying that Tsar teaches generative AI. Now that one line is very difficult to catch. That's what we call the needle in the haystack test. And Claude performs really well with a very high recall to accuracy, and it is able to not only achieve near perfect recall, surpassing 99% accuracy, but in some cases it even identified the limitation of evaluation itself by recognizing that the needle sentence appears to be artificially inserted into the original text by a human. So it not only picked up that specific line that was added in the book by the human, but it also called it out that, oh, you're trying to do the needle in the haystack test on me, which is a very strong element. Next, let's talk about LLM specifically built for business applications. So what Claude is doing, it's building AI for businesses, not for humans. If you think about that way, ChatGPT was targeting the masses. We all downloaded the app, we all went to the browser and started using it. But that's not what Anthropic and Claude is trying to do. They're trying to build a model are designed to improve enterprises to automate tasks. Number 1, generate revenue through user-facing applications. Number 3, conduct complex financial forecast. And number 4, expedite research and development across various sectors. Haiku is the fastest and most affordable option on the market for its intelligence category, with also vision capabilities. And then it continues talking about other models. So here I wanted to focus on the fact that the reason they build Claude is focusing on businesses. The main use cases are very different than the use cases that we think from ChatGPT, and that's what you should keep in mind as you continue your use of Claude towards your business tasks. Now again, continuing with the potential use cases for businesses, this is how Claude advertises it in their own paper. Task automation, plan and execute complex actions across APIs and databases, interactive coding, R&D, which is research and development, research review, hypothesis, brainstorming, drug discovery, strategy, advanced analytics, analysis of charts and graphs, financials and markets, and forecasting. It can do image recognition, so you can just punch in charts and PDFs and it will do those strategy analysis and research and development analysis and task automation. These are all the things that humans do at firms, in businesses, and it can significantly save a lot of cost if businesses can use LLM models to achieve these 3 tasks. It also costs higher, and its cost is based on input tokens and output tokens, and $75 for output million tokens is actually higher than GPT-4 as well.